Alright, hey guys, I'm RG here with episode 10 of my Bloodborne Let's Play. In the last episode, we finished up the old Yarnum, defeated the Bloodstar Beast with the help of Alfred, and got kidnapped. So here I am at... I always have problems saying his name, and I just said it a minute ago. Yahar'gul Unseen Village. This is an area that's actually a very late game area, but we can get access to it now. Basically all the enemies here are going to be a lot easier than they are later, of course. Except for these guys. These guys are called kidnappers. I actually had their official name correct, which is pretty odd. These guys could be really tough, but they're worth fighting because otherwise they'll be a pain in the ass throughout this whole area. And a fun way to cheese it is simply bait one to come towards you, and when they do, they have a lot of moves, they could kick you, they could hit you with their bag, or as I like to call it, their sack, and oddly enough, they're slightly too tall, so they can't fit under that. Can't feet. Watch out for that bag attack, though. That thing can hurt. They have around 1,000 HP and drop a decent amount of blood echoes. I think that's a passive buff they can do. That weird screech attack. They also have an attack that pulls you towards them. They could be a pain in the butt, but you know. They're so rare and usually in places that other enemies don't hang out in, so it's not a big deal. There's a few of them in this area. One interesting thing you can do is, there's a few of them I'm going to use it on, is use poison knives on them. So I'm going to equip the poison knives and pebbles, which I didn't mean to do it that way, but whatever. They're easily poisoned, so that's pretty helpful. I'm saving them for another one, though, a few other ones, though. Bring it on, big boy. I think that's the one that, staggers you in place for a few seconds and kind of pulls them towards you. Or pulls you towards them, sorry. I did not want to see that. Thanks a lot, dude. Now I'm blind. But yeah, these guys hit like a truck. Even at almost level 40. As you can see, that did half my HP and damage. Oh fuck. I'm backing off before I get blindsided again. Sorry for my cussing there a second ago. Can I... Sorry. Poor attempt at this cheese. Can I hit you? Nice kick there, bud. So something interesting about Bloodborne is that there isn't any mimics in the game. I don't think there's any in Sekiro either, but mimics were... Oh, sweet. I'm tempted to go back to 100 Trim and equip that because that increases how many blood echoes we get by killing enemies. But I think I'll wait. Remember these hags? Well, luckily these ones are a lot easier to kill you, but they're usually ambush enemies that could do a crap load of damage if they get their grab attack off on you. So be very careful. I think they have let me see their official name. Eye Collectors. So they went from a pretty average boss, a little challenging, not very, boss, to a completely easy enemy that dies in 3 hits but can at least deal a crap ton of damage. So I'm going to use my poison knife on this guy. This guy has 3 hunter dogs with him. Or 2. Just hit him with a poison. And it normally takes 1 or 2 to do it, and then basically just wait. You don't need more than 1 or 2. Usually it takes 2 or 3 times, but I just want to get them down a little bit of HP, and they're pretty sluggish actually, until they get to a certain point where they actually start doing ninja jumps. So be very careful with that. Oh god, that guy's going for me. He wants me dead. I'm heading back into this. Is he behind me? Wow, this guy really wants me. You already kidnapped me once, asshole. So. Oh, I forgot about that buff ability. That's why I did so much damage. Okay. 10 blood shards. Nice. Yahar'gul, first appearance, I guess, isn't that bad of an area. It just has some kind of tough enemies, including one that you just heard kind of stomping around there a second ago. All around, it's not that bad of an area, which is why I like exploring it now, plus you get some good items for it, so fairly worth your time. Yeah, these hags drop tons of pebbles. That's a section we'll go in a minute. We can actually get access to that area a little bit. I was gonna say a little bit later, but that's the wrong word. Like in another way, through another doorway, which I will do. I want to get the outside done before I get the inside done because. Please let me get these out. Yes. Manager boars. This guy hits hard, has around 800 HP, a little under 800 HP, and drops a turnaround, which is suicide in this game. Can't really stagger them, so your best bet is this one. I think I can keep from here. Yeah, they do respawn, but getting him out of the way is why I kind of decided to do that. This courtyard just has a lot of dogs, so it's not that bad. I think all of them are situated right there. I'm not sure if there's any of them behind anything. These ones look a lot fluffier. I wonder if they have a different name. Madman's Knowledge, Madman's Knowledge, let me guess, Madman's Knowledge, yes. Since we have a... Oh no, they're just called rabbit dogs. They kind of have like shaggier hair to me. There's this area is actually kind of closed off. You can't really explore the whole section until later. It's kind of big, kind of a big area. Pretty cool, I guess. I'm not going to really explain what it's like later because, well, we're going to be here later, but yeah. It's full of some pretty tough enemies. And this message, I'm not going to read because this message kind of spoils something later, so I'm not going to read it right now, but it's kind of funny that's there 24/7 when clearly it's evening, but it says something about when it's going to be later in the game. I'll show it. Behold a pale blood sky. That's not the pale blood sky. That's just evening. It's kind of funny. If I remember correctly, I thought there was... never mind, okay. I thought there was going to be some Quicksilver right there, but I might be getting mixed up with something. Oh, Wandering Nightmare, or Skull Beast. This one has a lot of HP. This might get away because my endurance is really low. Worth it. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure this is a shortcut right back to the lantern. Nice. That's going to be very helpful for once I'm done in this courtyard, or Not really a courtyard. I'm not sure what a courtyard is. Actually, I do, but like I don't know if this classifies as one. This long alleyway. And I think there's another man-eater boar right there. Yes. Are you really coming up here that way? What? I've never seen this behavior. I'm not risking it because tight area with one of those things, it's... I saw something pop up on my laptop, I was like, oh shit, is it about to crash? But it was just some... survey thing. Kinda scared me. This is kind of a little bit of a thing for later. And I'm pretty sure there's nothing up here. No, there is not. So we'll drop down there. Roll around. Grab what that man-eater boar is guarding. Bolt paper. That is basically fire paper, but adds lightning damage instead. I kind of find it more of an airy soundtrack, but I do like the sound of it. It's kind of dumb it gets us bolt paper now when it's not going to be useful whatsoever for a little while, because I think the boss in the boss in this area doesn't have... Holy shit! Chill! Relax! Back off! That was... crazy. I'm cornered, aren't I? Yeah. Well, bottleneck, get out of the stairs. That was insane. Not my best day, but I'm worth it. Glitching the steps. No, this is like my 4th playthrough, but it's not some crazy challenge run or anything. I just didn't expect them to group up like that. I mean, I know they usually do that, but there's a few things here and there I forget about usually, about Bloodborne. Switch weapon real quick. Come on. Back off. I'm not really... I don't really know much about the weapon we just got. I do know that has a pretty interesting trick weapon. Like it... Basically, it's kind of different from other trick weapons. Instead of like having two different forms, say like the Kirk hammer, its first form is kind of just a basic mace type weapon, and its second form it actually gets automatically imbued with lightning. So it has like a passive bolt paper ability, which is pretty neat. Except I think it's arcane and strength mostly. I'll look that up real quick. It's not really one of my favorite weapons, so I don't know much about it. Be skilling a strength, no arcane. You could buy it at the merchants when you get a certain hunter badge. It's pretty cool. So let's quickly head back to Hunter's Dream and get a few level ups. We're done with the outside completely. Like, we don't have to go back out there for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like later in the game at all. So we're done outside for now. We just have a few extra things to do, and a boss. So I have some cold blood.
Welcome, what is it? Very well.
That should be enough for about 2 level ups. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna go with 2 in skill. Finish that off.
Farewell, good mate.
And I just want to make sure. Okay. So I am going to re-equip the gold pendant because this upcoming boss is beast element. Well, not really element, but is a beast, so that's going to help out quite a bit. So, this upcoming boss can be a bit challenging in that it has I think it has a few AoE attacks thrown into its moveset. What am I talking about? Well, it has 1 or 2, but for the most part it's going to be using a lot of its long limbs to hit you from a distance. Has an AoE attack if you get too close. It is covered in lightning, so it is just don't use bolt paper whatsoever, and I don't think... It has a little bit of weakness to fire, but it's mostly weak to arcane, which I don't have. But I like taking it on now because it gives you it gives you access to some really good items once you beat it. What do I want to buy? I guess I'll buy a few Molotovs, just top that off, and... Can't really stagger it, none of its attacks are staggerable, so... I'll just buy 11 Quicksilver, just... We're kind of lower than I want it to be, so... Alright. Unlock the 3rd Tombstone, which kind of proves that this area is meant to be much later. It does change, though. Once you get to a certain time of day, like I think nighttime, and beat a certain boss, story boss, the area completely changes, so you lose out on a few things, which is why it's very much recommended to get kidnapped by one of those kidnappers. Damn it, he spotted me. Did not want that happening, but luckily for me, he doesn't know how to go under this path, so we're good. And here's going to be two of those eye gouger ladies, as you just saw scurrying by. When you enter, roll... grab me, piece of shit. I tried rolling away from it, but it got me. Am I gonna die? Holy shit, I only have 100 blood echoes. But it's bullshit, she, like, lunged and grabbed me from a mile away. A 100 blood echoes is not really worth getting back, but I'm gonna have to go down that area no matter what, so it is what it is, I guess. Besides Arcane, I kind of wish there was a weapon we had that could do, like, a really cool AoE type attack. Nah, I don't want to deal with that other kidnapper. There's the shortcut we have, which could get us... Really, game? The other one I don't think spotted us, so I think we just roll away and be fine. Look at that, getting back my 100 blood for bitch. His body's blocking my way. Where's the other one? The frick? Okay. Oh, there it is. It's in the prison. These guys are just passive. Yeah, you can make all the jokes you want on how bad that was, but, like... it happens. No matter how good someone is at a game, there's always, like, something shitty that happens like that. So here's some kidnappers. Just do the poison knife thing. There's another one in there that we could get a little bit in a minute, but for now I want to just... Is he stuck? Nah. I guess I'm just, like, out of his range. And by range, I mean, like, he has a certain area where he has to patrol, and if I go too far, he's not going to bother. One easy thing about the upcoming boss is there is a summon NPC, so I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that. It does make it a bit tougher, but this boss is, in terms of HP, is no tougher than Cleric Beast. Never mind, he has actually a lot more HP than Cleric Beast. I actually didn't really know that. To be fair though, it's usually mid to late game when I beat this guy, so there's not really any difference. I remember my last playthrough, my personal playthrough, like before this Let's Play, I managed to beat him on soul level 4 without any upgrades whatsoever. I think I only had like a +2 saw cleaver. It was pretty epic and pretty satisfying when I did that. I was like, holy crap, I kicked his freaking butt. Just make that a little bit easier. This guy seemed a little tougher than that ones, don't they? I'm just making it go by quicker. Oh, that had to hurt. I mean, he's dead, but ow. I'm tempted to go back to get a few upgrades, but to save the time, I'm not. That's the way to the boss right there. Is there anything else? I'm trying to... I want to say no, but I could be wrong. Oh, there was a way over here. Jeez. That's useless now. I was like, wait, I have a hand lantern. I could have just been using that the whole damn time. Whoopsies. Okay. So that pile of bones and fur is the boss. Over here is the summoning. Defector Antal. So I don't have any fire paper. I used it up during the Darkbeast boss fight. Man, I really can't wait to get access to buying that thing. This guy has what looks like is the church pike. I don't recognize that weapon. I think that's the flame sprayer. Dude looks pretty damn sick. I like that helmet. So in terms of items, I think I'm just going to stick with what I got. I'm mostly going to have him handle it, but I also want to see if I have anything with higher bolt resistance. Looks like I have the best one for that in terms of hats, for body. This has a little bit more, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to stick with this. 40. Yeah, we got the best we got. So I think we're good. So again, with this guy, he's mostly going to have like some attacks where he will just mostly use his long limbs to attack you. And AoE, his body's going to be covered in lightning, so lightning-based attacks will do nothing against this dude. Well, it will do something, but not much. And the the boss fight doesn't happen until you get I am a noob. Come here, Anton. Or whatever your name is. So what you're gonna do, Antle, what you're gonna do is hit its limbs, because if you hit its arms or legs hard enough, you can stagger it. How did that not hit? That went like right through you. So if you beat this guy before killing Jura, he becomes pacific. Not pacific, but he becomes a passive enemy. Or not enemy, character. Burn, baby, burn. Jeez. Hitting his head does more damage than hitting his limbs, but it's recommended to hit his limbs for that stagger potential. And I haven't really gotten any viscerals on him, but yeah. I forgot to equip the moon rune. Let's get to Anto before he dies. He does. I'm pretty much screwed. Just go in. Go in, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Got it. Not the best performance, but we managed. Got the Spark Hunter badge. See what that does when we affect a Hunter's Dream. Hit the light. Open the door. I don't need to be repeating everything, sorry. And this takes you back to Old Yarnum. So once you defeat that guy and open that door, you go this way. The shortcut should be right near here. Not the shortcut, but the way to Jura. Basically, just go back up towards Jura, climb up that ladder, and talk to him, and he'll give you the Jester, which I think it's the Dust Off Jester, as well as the Powder Keg badge, without having to kill him whatsoever. I usually just kill him right off the bat, because it's just getting him out of the way is something I'd rather do. That thing also drops a lot of blood echoes, doesn't it? Yeah, holy crap. All the blood echoes besides like a few thousand are all from him, so... I am going to fortify this baby just once. See if I have any new gems I could equip to it. Yes, I do. Blunt attack up. This weapon has no blunt damage, so that's useless. I'll just equip that. And this. Don't start. Don't start in the... Don't start. Don't say nice. Sorry. Lame joke aside. Yeah, we can buy bolt paper now, which is pretty cool. Pretty expensive, but it's a good item to have for later. I'm not going to buy it now at all, but yeah. Ritual Blood, I think we could have bought that from the beginning. This also gives us access to buy this, but we got that right near that one boar. And I think that's it for that. I'm not sure what else that gives us. Spark. Yeah, literally those two things are the only things that patch gives you. Which kind of sucks, but at the same time, hey, bolt paper. You can also buy bolt paper here for one insight. This is where I usually buy it myself. Just, I don't have use for insight that much, besides for summoning NPCs. Early to mid game insight's pretty easy to get. Late game, when there's not a lot of stuff, not a lot of evidence, knowledge, and bosses left, like, it's tough to get, but still, I'd rather buy it for one insight than 20,000 blood echoes.
Welcome home. What is it? Very well then.
One level up, and that gives us plenty of money to do whatever we want. I'll do vitality, why not?
Farewell, good hunter.
And we'll get the moon rune when we're here. So if I'm not mistaken, that is... How long has this episode been? Oh, wow. Lost track of time. That is actually... That is actually, I think, the last area I want to do before we progress story. I'll do a little bit of research off screen, before tomorrow's episode to make sure there isn't any like NPC quests we could do currently, because once I change the time of day, that stuff is going to change. So for now, that will be the end of this episode. Off screen, I'm going to probably do a little bit of grinding just to get my level up a little bit more. Actually, it's fine. Level 50 is pretty good. But I will probably spend the rest of my souls or echoes before we do anything. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and to that one guy who said, is this my first time playing Bloodborne? I already answered, this is my 4th playthrough. I actually platinumed this game, which took a while, but a lot of those trophies are actually really easy to get. The only ones that gave me trouble were finding all the hunter weapons and the Chalice Dungeons one. Besides those two, it wasn't that tough, to be honest. Besides the game itself, but enough bragging, sorry about that. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow.